Today, we're going to make a drawing of a seahorse. If you're tracing, you'll want to trace slowly and carefully, or if an adult's tracing, you'll want to wait patiently while they trace. Even when you're making your artwork, you'll be using a pencil, just like we normally would. In this video, I'm using a pen so that you can see my lines on the camera, because if I used a pencil, it's hard to see what I'm drawing as I'm drawing it. This seahorse outline will give us a really good start for our pictures. Once you have a seahorse on your paper, we're going to draw all of the inside details. So one of the inside details I might draw is an eye. I want to draw a large, cute style eye, so I'm going to draw a circle or an oval shape. And it doesn't have to be perfect. When I'm drawing with pencil, one of the things that I want to do is actually draw light till you get it right. What I mean by that is, if I make two lines on a paper, one dark line and one light line, and actually that light line is nice and light, and then I take an eraser and I try to erase both lines, and I get rid of the eraser shavings, the light line that was below here is pretty much all gone. I can't see it because it was able to be erased by the eraser. But the dark line gouged into the paper and I can still see it. So if I want to make a guideline for myself that I might want to erase, I want to draw lightly. So I'm going to lightly sketch an oval shape for the eye. You can see there's several lines there. It's not perfect, but I sketched so lightly I can erase it. And then now that I know where I want my eyeball, I'm going to draw it with the pen so you can see it on the camera. But if I'm using pencil, I want to draw light till I get it right. Then I'm going to make an inside layer that's a bit of a different shape. I'm going to make a C shape in the top, and then a really big C around here, and then this very part in the middle is going to get colored in. I'm just going to shade it for right now so you can see how it would look. What other details could I make? I think I'm going to make a little circle here at the front of our seahorse. I'm going to draw the fin on the back by connecting it and then connecting where these segments are. I want my lines to touch into the body. I'm going slow so I can do my best work. I might make a belly, so I'm going to draw a little line right here. Maybe I'll make it go in towards the tail a little bit. Connect across the top. Add some lines for interest. For me, when I'm drawing, sometimes I like to turn my drawing as I'm going. You don't have to do that, but it's an option. What other details could I make? Then maybe I'm just going to make a design along the top with some gently wavy lines. I think that's really cute. After you've got your whole drawing done with pencil, then we're going to trace with Sharpie marker. Now, on the back, you should have your name, and I don't want to trace my name with Sharpie. What would be the problem if I did that? Think about it, but don't say anything. If I trace my name with Sharpie, it would bleed through to the front, and we want to keep the front of our artwork looking really nice. So when I trace on the front, that's the only place I want to trace. And I want to go super slow and super careful so I can do my very best job. Alright, I've traced the edge of the seahorse, and now I'm going to trace everything that I drew. Remember, when I'm tracing with the marker, I'm not coloring in. I'm just drawing on top of the lines. Sharpies are just for tracing and not for coloring. The one exception, the only part that I am allowed to color in, is this very inside part of the eye. So when I get to that part, I'm allowed to color in carefully, but that's the only part we're coloring with the Sharpie. So I'm going around the edge, and then this part that we shaded in is the part that we could choose to color in. And I'm going pretty quick because I have a lot of practice with a Sharpie. You might need to go even slower so you can do your best. All right, I've got my seahorse traced with Sharpie, and if I have extra time, I can add maybe 1 or 2 details to the background. I'm going to add some plants that touch the bottom so it looks like they are anchored there, like seaweed. And maybe I'll add some bubbles because I think that's cute. You don't have to add these details. These are optional. And then I'm allowed to trace the background details with the marker too. Of course, I want to be very careful. Especially, I want to try not to get marker on the table. And I want to do my best job. I'm very excited to see your seahorses that we create today.